Jai Gurudev students. Children, last time I have explained you about the acids, bases and some activities related to acids and bases, means how we can check the acidity or basicity of any of the liquid. Okay, so now let's start next part. Children, here true or false are given. So let's see, in between the chapter also some exercises are given. So here true or false are given. First one is milk of magnesia used as antacids neutralizes the acids in the stomach. So it is true. We have already studied about this, that milk of magnesia is a antacid. Okay, means when there is acidity in our stomach, we can use this syrup. Litmus is extracted from lichens. This also we have already studied, that litmus we extracted from lichens. So next, third one is soap will turn blue litmus into red. No, it's false, because soap always will turn red litmus into blue, because it is basic in nature. It is base. So if a blue litmus paper strip is dipped in a glass of lime juice, it will change to red. Children, this is true. This we already done this one, means I have demonstrated you. I have shown you this activity, that when we put blue litmus paper in a lime juice, then it will turn into red, because it is acid, means acid is present in lime juice, which is called citric acid. So phenolphthalein will turn pink when added to a basic solution. Yes, this is also true. This also last time I have explained you, that phenolphthalein is a synthetic indicator and which will turn pink, means it shows pink color when we add it in a basic solution. Okay, and phenolphthalein is a colorless, means naturally it is colorless, but when we add this phenolphthalein in any of the basic solution, it will turn into pink. Okay, so these are true or false. Now children, let's start next topic. Our next topic is types of acids. So acids can be strong or weak. Strong acids are corrosive and can cause severe burns. Sulfuric acids, nitric acid and hydrochloric acids used in the laboratory are some of the strong acids. Children, this means name of these acids I have already explained you, or I have told you about these names of acids in our previous chapter also. So these are the category of 3 strongest acids, means if by mistake also some droplet of these acids will fall on your clothes or your skin or any of the surface, immediately they can burn. Okay, so these are strongest acids. Weak acids are not dangerous and are mostly organic acids. Organic acids I have explained you, children. These are the acids, category of acids which we obtain from plants, means either in the form of fruits or vegetables. So they are weak acids. And what are the strong acids? These are the strong acids: sulfuric acid, nitric acid, hydrochloric acids. Plenty of weak acids can be found in our diet. For example, vinegar has acetic acid, apple has malic acid, and fizzy soft drinks have carbonic acids? You are using soft drinks. The soft drink has carbonic acids. Okay, so here they have given example of different food materials which we use in our daily life. So vinegar is one of them, and apple, or other than this we have studied already about lemon, orange. All these have different kind of acids. Okay, so acids can be classified into two main categories. First one is mineral acids. The acids produced from chemical substances existing in nature are mineral acids. That is, commonly used mineral acids are sulfuric acid. Children, here spellings are written wrong. So, right spelling of sulfuric acid are given in this paragraph. SULPHURIC, sulfuric acid. So this spelling you just strike out because this is wrong. And here we are studying about the mineral acids. Children, mineral acids are those acids which are produced from the chemical substances. Means we can make these kind of acids in our laboratory or from the use of some chemicals. Understand? So here let's see, in this form you can see in our lab, chemistry lab, we have kept these acids and bases in these kind of containers. So this is hydrochloric acid, this is sulfuric acid, and this is nitric acid. And here also they have given name of them, hydrochloric acid and nitric acid. So these are the three mainly, or we can say commonly manufactured acids, and these acids are manufactured in the factories or some industries. And other than this, organic acids, second type of acids are organic acids. Means first type of acids what we have studied, mineral acids, which are artificial or we can say synthetic, we can prepare from the chemicals. And organic acids are those acids which we can get from either plants or animals. So as the acids found in nature as a part of plant and animal materials are organic acids, tartaric acids and malic acids found in grapes, acetic acid in vinegar, citric acid in limes and oranges, and lactic acid in milk are some organic acids. So children, here name of many kind of acids they have given. Tartaric acid, this acid we can get in tamarind, means imli. Okay, and malic acid is found in apple and grapes. Acetic acid we have already studied, that present in vinegar. Citric acid we can get in lemon and oranges. Okay, and lactic acid is present in milk. When we take milk in the form of curd or some milk products, we can take just like curd or this cheese, paneer, all these items, food items, they have lactic acid in them. So they are these are some of the organic acids which name they have given in this paragraph. They all are coming under the organic acids, means they are edible and we can eat them, and they are weak acids also. Understand? So next children, let's study about the properties of acids. Acids have the following physical properties. Acids are sought to taste. For example, citric acid in lemon. You know that this property we have already discussed. acids turn blue litmus to red. This also I have shown you through the practical part. Acids are soluble in water. When acid is poured into water, it should be done safely and slowly. However, if water is poured into acid, a lot of heat is generated and the temperature of the mixture suddenly goes up, which may result in a splattering and injury. Children, this is one of the main thing that you should know, that acids are always soluble in water. Means we can add that water in with the acids, but we should keep it in mind that always we take water first and we little acid we pour in water. Always when we want to make any acid dilute, then what we do, first we take water in any of the beaker and after that we pour drop by drop acid into it and dissolve it. Okay, why? Because when acid react with water, it will produce a lot of heat. Okay, so it is very wrong to add water in acid. We should not add water in acid. Understand? We always should add acid in water. Understand? First we should take water in any of the container and after that we pour little drop by drop acid so that it will dilute properly. Okay, otherwise if we take acid in any of the container and if we try to add water in that, then suddenly that acid will produce a lot of heat and suddenly that water splash out along with acid and it can cause burn on your face or on your body parts. Okay, and it can cause injury. So next property is acids are corrosive in nature. Strong acids can melt and burn everything. We should not store acids in metal containers because they have the ability to corrode metals like iron, aluminium, etc. Containers made of glass are suitable for storage of acids. So children, here what they have shown in this property, that all the acids are corrosive in nature. Corrosive means that very destructive, means it can spoil the surface immediately, any of the surface. So it is called corrosive, and they can melt anything. So acids should not be stored in plastic containers or any of the other metal containers because they can easily react with these metals and plastics. So always we should use these kind of glass bottles or glass containers to store acids. Here we are talking about the strong acids. Okay, so next, reaction with bases. Acids react with bases to form salt and water. This thing already I have told you about the neutralization reaction, that very first when we start the chapter, that time I have explained you about the neutralization reaction, that as acid or base react, they will produce salt and water. So salts are formed by the reaction of acid and bases. So this kind of reaction is called neutralization reaction. Children, acid, you know that acid has different properties, base has different properties, but when they both react with each other, they form salts which are neutral in nature. Means salts are neither acidic nor basic in nature. Okay, so they are produced by the neutralization reaction. So next are the uses of acids. So let's read the uses. Acids have many uses in household science and industrial processes. Carbonic acid is used to make soft drinks. Tartaric acid is used in baking powders. Vinegar that contains acetic acid is used as a preservative in pickles, ketchup and sauces because of acidic medium does not allow microorganisms to grow. Children, if you ask your mother can tell you better that vinegar is a kind of food material we can use as a food material. Means here vinegar has acetic acid which is a organic acid, and it is used in so many kind of pickles, ketchups, sauces. Okay, why we use this vinegar in these food items? To store these food items, we use vinegar so that any of the germs can't grow in our pickles or ketchups. Okay, because it provides acidic medium to that pickle. And other than here they have explained about the carbonic acid, which we know that carbonic acid is used in soft drinks. Tartaric acid is used in baking powders, you know that, and baking powder is used to make many bakery products, cookies, buns, bread, or so many other kind of bakery products you can take as an example. And children, here up to here they have talked about the organic acids, but here nitric acid, hydrochloric acid and sulfuric acids are used in the laboratory and industrial processes. Children, these kind of acids, which are mineral acids and strongest acids, they are only used in laboratory purpose and many industries, just like in plastic industry and in textile industries also. When they want to wash those materials and when they want to color so many kind of products, that time they use these kind of acids. And in the formation of rubber also, plastic also, these acids are come in use. Okay, so next here hydrochloric acid. Use of hydrochloric acid here they have given in detail. To make bleaching powder and chlorine, cleaning sinks and sanitary wares. So children, that which we generally acid we use to clean our sink or our toilet cleaner we use as a toilet cleaner, that also contain hydrochloric acid. In the preparation of aqua regia, which dissolves noble metals such as gold and platinum for removing metal stains. In manufacturing processes, production of drinking water, food and pharmaceuticals, to assist in oil production. Children, as I have already told you that they can be used in so many industries. So these all kind of different works which they have shown here or explained here, that during the oil production also they use some acids. so that they can refine the oil. And in the manufacturing of production means in the manufacturing processes, in the production of drinking water, food and pharmaceuticals. Means here in some of the areas that water is not fit for drinking, so that water they make purify by the use of these acids. And some of the food items also they make or they manufacture by the use of these acids, and for the washing purposes. And many of the medicines also they make in the pharmaceutical industries, they use hydrochloric acid. And for removing metal stains, means that any kind of stains can be removed from the metals with the help of these acids. And children, here they have given name of aqua regia. Aqua regia is a kind of liquid, or we can say it is a kind of that acid which we generally that get by the use of, by mixing of hydrochloric acid with the nitric acid. And both the acid when mixed together in a particular ratio, then we get aqua regia. And this aqua regia can dissolve metals such as gold and platinum. Means these metals generally they are least reactive and they can't we can say generally react with anything. So for the purification of these metals, or for the extraction of these metals, we use this aqua regia, because in this kind of aqua regia gold and platinum metals can easily dissolve. Okay, so we can separate them from other impurities. So next children, here they have given about the sulfuric acids. And here above this you can see these kind of containers, and here they have written cleaning liquids. Children, many kind of cleaning liquids also contain some kind of acids, just like hydrochloric acid. So next is sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is, here they have again written wrong spellings. So children, you make correction here. This is not correct spelling, this is correct spelling. Okay. Sulfuric acid is one of the world's most commonly used chemicals and is used in nearly every industry. In many applications, both as a raw material and processing agent. This is why it is called the king of chemicals. Means more than any other kind of acids, sulfuric acid is widely used in so many kind of products or so many kind of works. So it is used in chemical industries to manufacture chemicals such as Epsom salt and copper sulfate. Means these are the some kind of we can say chemicals, or these are used in for the laboratory purposes or other formation of some other chemicals. In the industrial use, we use sulfuric acid. In refining petroleum, you know that petroleum products come to us after refining. So in this refining also we can use sulfuric acid for the production of detergents, synthetic resins, dye, pharmaceuticals, fertilizers, petroleum catalysts. Here petroleum we have already discussed, but you know that fertilizers are those kind of chemicals which are used by the farmers to increase productivity of their crops. And pharmaceutical, you know that for the preparation of medicines. And dye, means colors. Many kind of colors can be prepared by the use of sulfuric acids. And synthetic resins, these kind of resins generally used in paints. Okay. In fire extinguishers, to control fire also we use fire extinguishers, and fire extinguisher we use sulfuric acid. As electrolyte in the lead acid batteries in automobiles. Children, you know that batteries we use in our automobiles, like two-wheelers and four-wheelers, we use batteries, and in that battery also your parents should know, you ask your father that battery has also one of the acid present in it. So in that batteries also sulfuric acid is used. And here they have shown this battery, lead acid batteries. This kind of battery is used in two-wheelers also and in our four-wheelers. So you can see in the vehicles which are there at your home, okay, in which we use sulfuric acids. So children, after this we will study about the nitric acids.